Hello, this is Shade Foray and Stephen Swenson here next to me of Tax Sale Support, and this is the deals of the week for January 21st of 2020.
Yeah, absolutely. For this week, we're going to go over Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is a tax deed state and has tax deed foreclosure sales.
Yeah, which, essentially what that means is that within the state law, they have a redemption period, which is like a grace period that property owners get. And when that period comes to an end, the county has the power to foreclose on the property and offer it for sale at an auction, which usually will start out at whatever the past taxes owed is. So a great opportunity there on properties, but they don't really issue liens. It's a little bit different system, more based around property.
Yeah, exactly. After somebody's been delinquent for 2 years in Wisconsin, then on August 31st, the county's going to go ahead and start that foreclosure process. Like Shade mentioned, they're going to go ahead and offer it up at auction. Now, they can either start at the back taxes, or depending on the county and the sale, I have seen them start at assessed value or a portion of assessed value as well.
Yeah.
So it'll kind of depend on the sale, on what type they offer.
Yeah, they've got a different terminology there. I mean, tax delinquent real estate sales, over-the-counter deeds are called vacant land offer to purchase. Sometimes those things can be state-specific, and you'll find. But this is going to give us a chance to go through and look at some of the properties that sold. And these are opportunities that sold through online auctions, so they're opportunities that everybody can reach out and get to.
Yeah, absolutely. These were from an auction taking place last month online, so anyone would have had the opportunity to participate in these sales, and these are some of the results of the sales.
Yeah, so let's take a look at them here.
So this first property here is a building lot that was sold for about $2,600. Now, it had an assessed value of just over $18,000. You can see that it's got a pretty good size to it.
Yeah, we can see the overhead image here on it, and anytime you can pick up a property for a low price like that, they're paying not very much for the property. It'd be interesting to look into it and see how much it is, because it's actually a block of lots there. You can kind of see.
Yeah, they're kind of smaller lots, but altogether it ends up being a pretty good size. Now, we just kind of pulled up to see what pieces of land were for sale in the Lake Geneva area, and there really wasn't very many properties for sale. There was a total of 11, and the lowest one starting around $85,000. Now, these property, that's 0.3 acres, and this one was 0.18.
0.18, yeah.
So it's smaller, so you've got to take that into account. Obviously, the assessed value is lower than that as well. So there's probably not a ton of comparable. We may need to go to kind of a little bit bigger area to compare it. But either way, you're still looking at the property values are very high.
Yeah, at a purchase price of $2,600, they did awesome on that buy.
Yeah, not bad at all. Even if it's worth what the assessed value shows, they did very well.
Yeah, and if it's worth anything more than assessed value, then they really did extremely well.
Yeah. Now, this is another lot that ended up selling as well, and this one was 0.23 acres, and ended up selling for $22,000 and had an assessed value as far as the county records of around $87,000.
Well, that is a high value, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. We can see kind of the overhead maps just to kind of get an idea of the area. Now, this was in a pretty nice area, and we can see kind of the cheapest comparables there, starting at around 109.
Yeah.
Going up to around 200 in similar type size.
Yeah, definitely. Higher prices than you'll find in a lot of markets. Around the U.S. Pretty good strong market there, really.
Yeah. So even if it's only worth what the assessed value is, you still have a huge amount of profit, even paying $22,000 or whatever they paid for it.
Yeah, now here's another one. Out of Outagamie.
Yeah.
We guess on
I
these.
was going to try. Afraid I'd mess it up. But
yeah, this one was actually, I think, is pretty staggering. I mean, this is a property that sold as is like this for $24,000 that has an assessed value of $109.
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be value there in the assessment. It's also, not incredibly new, but it's You know, it looks like it's been updated. That looks like newer roof, siding, things like that.
Yeah. In fact, as we look at that, the potential for this property is excellent. This property at that kind of a purchase price, they're into it at such a low price amount, that let's say that the Zillow estimate's close at 130. You bought that for less than 20% and so if you need to put some money into it, you're in a good position to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of flexibility there, and as long as the condition looks similar to what we're seeing now, then really you have a pretty good opportunity to make some money on this property.
Yeah, really a pretty awesome deal. I think that they'll do really well. Now, also, what we'd probably do on a property like this is either hold it long term, as rental, or take it through quiet title.
Yeah, absolutely. These are definitely properties we're going to take through quiet title, get a clean warranty deed on the property so that we can sell it with full financing, traditional financing, anything like that.
That was a great purchase there, especially for an online auction. That's awesome.
Well, and you can see that there's quite a bit of lots. It's a pretty good size included as well. And there's the estimate being around 137. So, we would do a full comparative market analysis. We'd also check out the condition. So one thing about online auctions is it's nice because we can see what it looks like, but we're not going to take that information that we get online as proof of what the condition is if we're talking about a structured property.
Yeah. In fact, we would have to have some kind of an on-site evaluation there, or somebody that could perform it to us. But with a property like that, if it looks like anything like that now, it's a property that was cared for and was lived in for a long time. If not, still currently being lived in. You can see the garbage can there in that photo.
Yeah. Here's the fourth property, another residential home. This one ended up selling for more. It ended up selling for $60,000. The assessed value on it was around $109, and it had a Zillow value of around $153.
Yeah, which is really pretty good numbers if you're dealing with a house.
Yeah,
structured property. Because. Again, to have a total investment into it of $60,000, but to have value, if it's closer to $150, that's actually excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing you can kind of notice about this house is you can see some of these homes to the left and around it. It's actually it's kind of the small lot, within the big neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's the small home on the big street.
Yeah, you can see it kind of better right here.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see that the home next to it is worth $535,000. The home on the other side is worth $370,000. There's $700,000 homes, $500,000. There's a bunch of expensive homes within that area, which we always love to be the smallest home in the nicest neighborhood, because that's going to raise our property values as well. Yeah,
we would always prefer to run in a nice neighborhood than to have a nicer house in a terrible neighborhood.
Well, and you can see even within the Zillow information that it sold for $82,000 back in 1999. So that was over 20 years ago. It still had a value of around $82,000. Now based on some of the estimates, they have it estimated around $153,000 now. We could really get in there and do some comps to determine exactly what that value is. Maybe it's closer to $140,000, but it could be closer to $160,000 or $170,000. It's really going to be based on that condition.
Yeah, but certainly, for the investor that bought it, though, I think they've given themselves still room to be able to put money into the property and still make good money on it.
Yeah, well, and they're in a really nice area too. So you're going to pay a little bit of a premium to get a property within this nice of an area where you have $500,000 homes.
Yeah, but it's going to be worth it, because you are in a stronger market. There's limited amount of property in those markets, and so it's always nice to have one of those you can offer.
Yeah. Now, as far as Wisconsin, there's more opportunities online. They didn't traditionally have online auctions. They've started adding those over the last year and a half or so. But there is different opportunities, and we, of course, will list any of those online auctions on our website.
Yeah. Which, if you'd like more information, you can check out our website. It's taxsalesupport.com. And you can also sign up, become a member for just $39 a month, or $29 if you pay for a full year up front. Essentially, what the service provides you with is with hundreds of tax sale lists every single month for auctions. We've got a humongous over-the-counter database of tax sales, tax liens, tax deeds, even redemption deeds as well. We also include a lot of training with it as well. So training you can download, and training on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, absolutely. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's literally no risk to join, to try us out. We have a lot of happy members, and we really, like Shade said, we have weekly webinars where we, spend an hour each week going over a new topic and breaking down tax lien and deed investing on a even more advanced level.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.
Yep, thank you again. Hit the like button.